zodiac sign. Put it in the chat, guys. Like really okay, with love, we gotta have a little reality check real quick. You gotta just be the best you can be, not anybody else. It's only you at the end of the day.
Hey, we're back. No more technical difficulties. Okay, so what I'm about to do right now is just make sure that you guys can even see me going live right now because I've been having some tech issues today. Okay, yeah, you guys should see me. I'm just going to put the thumbnail on here. So you guys know, some of you guys know I just moved into my new house. So I have been trying to test out different rooms in the house of where I really want to set up for Tribe Teas. But the computer that's in that room is just not as good. Okay, we should be all good. And here, let me put y'all chat on the screen. The computer in the office that I was just in just was not as good as the one that's in the podcast room, right? So I'm going to figure something out. I'm just still trying to figure it out. So we're about to have like a super late stream today, okay? So sorry about that, but hey, if it works out for your work schedule, this is a little present from me to you. Speaking of present, I want to do a shout out to my little sister, okay? It is her birthday today. Shout out to all of my Libras out there, all right? Happy Libra season. I love y'all evil mofos, okay? But we are definitely back. Thank you guys so much for sticking with me through all of these little tech difficulties. I was going to stream from my phone in the other room, but we got receipts today, so that just wasn't going to do. So I was like, you know what? I'm sure you guys would appreciate if I take the extra little 15 minutes to get set up in this office so we can look at some receipts. So because of the time restraint, we're only going to do 4 stories today, but 2 out of the 4 are pretty long, girl. You guys have been sending me some long stories too, so I think I might go back to going live twice a week because we need to get some of these long stories tackled, okay? The first story is, I couldn't put this as the title for obvious reasons, but it's called Two Drinkers Shouldn't Be Friends. So we got some bestie beef, and they are the screenshot that's on the thumbnail, mind you. The second one is the Tribe Tea from last week that I ran out of time and didn't get to read because YouTube also be trying to cut my mic. Where's my water? YouTube always be trying to cut my mic at like 2 hours now. And y'all know I love going on for like 2 hours plus, but I'm sticking to my word. We're going to revisit this. I uninvited my sister to my wedding. Am I wrong? The third one is Juicy, Am I the A-hole? And the fourth one is Best Friend Turned Out to Be an Enemy, okay? Y'all, water just does it for me. Water just does it for me. I don't know. Oh, and happy spooky season. I'm not dressed up today, okay? Like, I don't even have any eyeliner on, okay? I put on a little lip for the girls. This tech stuff has just been whipping my butt, like, but I was like, you know what? I will prosper a bit, okay? We will prosper, because I love doing Tribe Teas with you guys. I love getting into y'all little mess. So the first story, two drinkers should not be friends, okay? And just off the title, off rip, I agree. We had another Tribe Tea in the past where it was two people kind of in an enmeshed situation, and they were a girl-girl relationship, and they were just toxic, just constantly going back to each other, and there were substances involved, and I don't know why that's just the first story that I thought of when I think of two drinkers just should not be friends, because it's kind of like you're just adding gasoline to the fire. It's just not a good deal. Okay. But yeah, let's get ready for this first story, you guys. Make sure you have your water, your blizzies, your wine, whatever you need to relax. I'm glad I finally got y'all in front of me. Okay. Two drinkers should not be friends. Okay. Hey, girly. Hi, friend. I am a silent watcher. Ooh. And I love your channel. Well, thank you so much. I love watching while getting ready. Shout out to all my girls that are getting ready right now. And they are in Aquarius. So shout out to all the Aquarius in the chat. Okay. So I have been friends with a girl named Kathy for over a year now. We have a friend group that started at the beginning of the 2024 fall semester. Kathy and I have had issues before, but I always got over it. For example, one night she left me in the car and later claimed it was because she had drank too much and had things to take in, which I know was a lie. One night she left me in the car and said it was because she drank too much and had things to take in. What, like groceries or something, girl? You couldn't have tapped me on the damn shoulder and told me to get up? You just gonna leave me in the car overnight by myself? How old are we? I'm guessing college age because you said fall semester. So we're still grown though. Like, I don't know. Like, why are you leaving me in the car? Okay. Another incident was when we had an argument that ended with us ripping each other's wigs off. Girl, no. And her trying to fight me. Not that trying. I don't know about y'all, but if you rip somebody's wig off, you're not trying at that point. There is a fade commencing. Like, you don't rip nobody wig off. Like, I'm just imagining somebody peeling the glue, like, off of their forehead. Girl, that's nothing to be taken lightly. Talking about trying to fight me. She choked me. Yeah, like, what are we talking about, girl? I'm pressing charges. That's not my friend. What are we doing? What in the world are we doing? The most recent thing happened a week ago. A week? Okay, friend. You got me scared for you right now. Cause this bit over here peeling your wig back and choking you, and an instance happened last week. Like, I'm scared for you right now. Oh Lord. We were at a day party and the night felt so good. I was lit off the drink, but everybody was. At some point, I blacked out. Oh, friend, we got to know our limits, guys. We got to know our limits, okay? Like, not to be, auntie or whatever, but blacking out is literally your brain's way of, like, protecting itself because you have consumed so much. So it literally has to prioritize certain functions of your brain. And memory and sight and all that ain't one of them. That's how people be going on all these adventures and be blacked out because your brain is on autopilot. You do not want to put your brain on autopilot like, I blocked out. Like, no, like, it could really mess you up. I personally, and y'all know, I like me a little drink on the rocks, on the weekends and stuff, right? I've probably only blacked out like 3 times in my whole life. And I'm in my late 20s, girl. Like, I'm about to be 1 foot out. What do they say? I'm pushing 30, bit, okay? And I've only blacked out 3 times. Like, blacking out is very serious, okay? Just PSA. And they even said this is how they know they shouldn't even be drinking anymore because they black out often. Yeah, that's scary, friend. When I came to, I was walking away singing, I'm not going to let y'all keep disrespecting me. Apparently, we got into it because she was trying to tell me something, but I wasn't understanding what she was saying, and I kept cutting her off, and so she started yelling at me. Apparently, that's a trigger for her, getting cut off. So I got in the car and left because I didn't want it to get worse, especially given everything that's happened before, i.e. getting choked and your wig peeled back. I realized I left my phone and another friend behind. So I came back. When I got there, Kathy ran up to me and just cussed me clean out. She called me the B word 3 times. And on the 3rd time, I just pulled off. I didn't realize the door of my car hit her head when I drove away. Girl, that is a charge, friend. Okay, let's break this down. One, why are you driving? Where's the Uber? Where's the Lyft? Two, again, even if you're not drunk, you don't drive angry because stuff like this happens also. Three, the girl got hit with the door. Was she like laid out in the street? Like, did anybody else see her get hit? Like, wait a minute, what happened? I'm over here coming into this thing. Y'all are low-key on one. I'm not gonna hold you. Both y'all are on one. Y'all putting hands on each other. Y'all getting too lit. I'm just really hoping that this story ends with you being like, yeah, I had to go to some meetings, or I had to go do some steps, or I had to get into the church, like something, because this isn't what people would call rock bottom. This is like the part where it's not cute anymore. Like, if you get my drift, you get my drift. If you've ever been in like the party scene or anything like that, there is a point where it's like you can't blame it on ignorance. Like, you're in the know, you know what's up. It's not cute no more. Like, that's the part, the sweet spot you're at. The next step is rock bottom though. So I'm really hoping that, because what? You hit the girl with the door in the head. I went back to the dorm. So you left her on the floor, girl? I went back to the dorm pissed because I hadn't said anything to her, and she just cussed me out after I left and came back. So I threw all of her stuff out of my room. Her friend came to get everybody's stuff, and I calmly told him her stuff is outside. So were y'all roommates? You did kind of just like jump into this, friend. Like, were y'all roommates? Y'all just friends? Okay. So our mutual their mutual friend grabbed her things, and then Kathy came back to her room. Kathy kicked my door several times like the police trying to break it down. When I opened the door and told her to move or I'd call the campus police, she looked like she wanted to fight. Mind you, I still didn't realize that my door hit her, so I was confused about why she was still trying to square up. 2 weeks later, I was out at 2 weeks later. So what? No. So what happened? Did she just go home? Like, after you said you were going to call them people on her? So this is that normal that is just like casual, like, okay, well then that happened, and then 2 weeks later that happened. Girl, 2 weeks later, I was at a barbecue with a friend, and Kathy ran up to me, lit off of the drink, trying to talk. And I kept saying, no, I don't want to talk, especially not while she was under the influence. But we ended up talking anyway. I told her where I went wrong and what I didn't like. When it was her turn to talk, the cops came. Perfect timing. I left. What type of scenery are you at? You always got the cops being called. Like, what's going on? Then she gets in the car with me and my friends while we're headed back to the barbecue, and she tries to talk to me again. Eventually, she got out and said she was going to come to my room, and I told her I was not going to be there. Later that week, I get a call saying she posted our messages. Where did she post the messages at? She posted your messages where? I told her I loved her and that I wanted to stay friends, but that we needed some time to figure things out. I said something else too, but I don't have the full screenshots. She said edit. I had to get everything off my chest. The day after all that happened, she was reposting TikTok saying that I'm jealous of her, that I don't care about her, and that I'm a horrible friend. Mind you, I made her... Friend, I made her pay stubs so she could get a car. Friend, why are we committing felonies? Like, friend, don't get me wrong. Making a pay stub within itself is not illegal. Like sometimes you work for certain people, you do gigs or whatever, and they just give you a direct deposit. You got to funky up a pay stub, right? Like make it make sense, put your account number on it, whatever, right? But making like a fake pay stub, like this, you're faking so you can get a WIT, like that is a different level of yeah, you are a really good friend. You're a really good friend. Like she's just selling out about everything, and it's like, girl, chill. Like we have done crime together. I'm gonna need you to chill. Also, like, I don't know, man. She says she even made sure she could get groceries if she needed groceries. And if whenever our friend went somewhere, she brought Kathy with her too. She's done so much for this girl. For her to say I'm jealous is literally insane. To say I hate her or don't like her is funny because I gave her my last. It didn't matter. I just made sure we were good, even if I didn't have it. What hurts the most is having someone we both considered a friend hold her back from fighting me. Like, seriously? Damn, bro. Damn. After all this, it felt like she turned everyone against me. Not a single person we hung out with still talks to me. Damn. That's usually how it be going, girl. That's usually how it... Because honestly, your friend group should have been on some... Hey, both of y'all have a problem, low-key. Like, y'all both need to get it together. We can't even say one is worse than the other here. Y'all both throwing hands. Y'all both doing crime together. Y'all both getting lit all the time, blacking out. Like, y'all both need to come into Jesus moment. But instead, they chose up and picked your friend for whatever reason. What I think the reason might have been is because you weren't as open and willing. Like, what I've noticed in my little, I keep calling myself auntie with my dusty old bones. What I have noticed is that usually with friend groups, there is a lot of compromising going on, the bigger the group. So the bigger the group, the more compromise you're going to make for the pack off of the simple fact of having numbers so that y'all can go do stuff in numbers, right? So if you're over here trying to hold people accountable for a drunk night, which in my opinion, it's like both of y'all were lit. Like both of y'all should probably say sorry to each other, squash it, and then just like, because putting your hands on each other and everything. Be friends if you get sober, but all that stuff is just not it. But because you weren't willing to just go along, like, yeah, let's do it. They're like, yeah, she not trying to hang. So we're going to hang with the girl that wants to still hang, right? That's just my opinion of what I think was going on with that. They said all the people in the old friend group would only come to her room to get their hair done, use nail charms, ask for a ride. It was always something that benefited them, and it became exhausting. Everyone in that friend group used me for something. If they didn't have money for some lick, guess who paid for it? Me. It was a constant. So we have the screenshot here. I'm going to put it on the screen because, sometimes it be glitchy. So I'm going to just keep it on this screen. Okay. All right, let's see. And you sent this to her when, girl? Girl, where is it? Oh, and this is like a screenshot from the freaking computer. Like, damn. Here, I'm going to add it this way because it's a little bit big. She wasn't playing. She had to go to the to her history in her computer. You probably got her blocked on the phone. She's like, yeah, I'm gonna show y'all all right. Okay, there it goes. Sorry about that, guys. Appreciate your patience today. Okay. So is this when you guys were just like ending it? She said, I got mad love for you too. And I agree. When I can explain what happened, because everybody was watching the situation, but our relationship was already strained. And I don't like feeling like I'm walking on eggshells on anyone. Fair. You said, yeah, you're not going to gaslight me. Gaslight you how? Hey, so it was very unnecessary for you to post our messages. I don't understand why you need validation from people to pick a side or say who is wrong when me and you know what happened. I'm not sure why you're doing all this either. If you claim you still want to be my friend, but I just don't want to be friends. I felt like I made the vibes clear, but I guess not. So please stop all the extra stuff. Girl, bye. Girl, bye. You blocked me and keep it that way. Nobody begging to be your friend, especially if you don't see no wrong in what you did and you feel disrespected when nobody disrespected you to begin with. You started the shit. You're the extra one. Damn, girl. Damn, girl. I don't know, man. I feel like, honestly, both of y'all have some growing to do. Because she said, after showing that text, she said, was I wrong in the text message? Well, to be fair, I'm going to say elephant in the room that I know somebody out there is thinking. The same way how old girl posted online asking people their opinion on the situation, you're doing the same thing over here with us, you know? So there, you low-key get why she did it. That's what I'm saying. I don't want to completely say that this fallout is childish, because there was physical harm involved and friends should not be putting hands on each other, period. I guess the reason why I'm like having this little bit of grace is because you guys are young college adults, okay? And this is your first round learning how to be friends with people and form relationships and all that stuff, right? I feel like if you guys were a little bit older, the way to go about this would have been, hey, the common denominator in us beefing is alcohol. We both need to get that under control. Would you like to go to do some meetings with me? Like, you really want to be friends for real? Like, let's hold each other accountable and go and do that, right? That is the only way we could be friends, because when we aren't on that path and we're drinking and stuff, we throwing hands, we're splitting up our friend group. It's not it, right? And another thing that I'm giving little grace is, what early 20-something does know how to handle liquor? You know, it's person to person on how much restraint you have. Like, I guess another thing you learn with age is to know your limits and know what liquors do what thing to you, right? Because whatever y'all drinking ain't working, okay? Like, we just need to cut it out. We just need to cut it out, ma'am. We just need to cut it out. She says she feels extremely childish and she should have stopped being friends with her the first time they got into it. A friend of mine even asked, like, why do you want to be her friend in the first place? Girl, I don't know. You can't be choking me out, ma'am. You can't be choking nobody out trying to, no, ma'am. It's just not going to work for me. And you're both very pretty girls. You're both very, very pretty. I love the aesthetic. I love the style. You said Kathy's the girl with the blue hair. The other girl is you. It's interesting. She said that you were jealous of her. I just feel like, again, I don't know if both of y'all just would have took a different path about it and would have tried to get dry, because, like, I really feel like she's not used to, and could just be my projection. This could just be me. I don't know. Check me if I'm wrong. Maybe she's one of those pretty girls that's not used to being friends with other pretty girls, because y'all are both bad as fuck. I don't know where jealous came from. I don't know. It's like, baby, wrong friend group. Like, I don't know why she pulled that out, but I could see probably in the past, using pretty privilege, she's probably been on some avoiding accountability by just being like, oh, well, y'all just hating because I look like this, and y'all just jealous because I look like, huh? So I'm jealous because I don't want to be friends with you. That means I'm jealous of you. Like, that makes no freaking sense. It makes no sense. So we do have an update. Y'all. Hold on, let me scoop my little stuff up. We do have an update. I saw her at a Greek picnic not too long ago. Her cousin, who's given me issues before, was staring me down and acting funny the whole time. I didn't say anything to anybody. When Kathy's cousins walked up to my friends and said, y'all three look pretty to them while I was standing right there, I laughed because she knows I shit on her life. She tried to make me feel uncomfortable, pointing, laughing, saying weird shit, and I paid it. These are the same actions I told her made me uncomfortable. I forgot to add that I'm nervous for the school year to start because I just don't want anything to happen. It's my senior year. Any tips? Words of advice? Okay, and then we have our last update that they sent before we get into the chatter of what they should do about Miss Kathy. I mean, Miss Kathy, you just take the trash and you take out itself now. Like, girl, we're done. There's nothing to talk about no more. Like, why are we even... I don't know. So school has started. During the first week, I went to a party the Saturday before classes actually began, and my friend was outside, and she is cool with them, but I'm closer to her, if that makes sense. My friend went to say hi to Kathy, and Kathy asked where I was. She even said she wanted to make amends and talk to me. This is so aggravating because it's like, girl, there is no beef. I just don't want to be associated with you. Mrs. I'm not begging nobody to be my friend. It seems like you're doing a lot of that, Miss Kathy. You're doing a lot of begging. Like, let it go. Let it go. Like, what is it about my girl that got you so like, oh, she just needs to be in my life? Like, it's giving destiny swapping spell gone awry. Like, no, I have to manifest this. Wait, I just need my shot. Like, girl. Oh my gosh. Later that week, there was a party on the yard. I stopped by for a little while and walked to the dorms and to take one of my friends back. While sitting outside, I noticed Kathy was there, but I didn't really care. She said my name a couple of times, trying to get my attention, and I ended up leaving. No, for real though, girl, because like you and your like big head cousins was just talking about me not even a few weeks ago. So we're not going to be friends, girl. Later, Kathy told the same friend to let me know she wasn't talking about me. Our old mutual friend, let's call her Dove, also told my friend that Kathy still wants to talk to me and feels bad. But then Dove added that I cut Kathy off, which isn't true. Yes, it is. What's wrong with owning that? You did cut her off. Yes, it is. That is exactly what happened. But then added that I cut Kathy off, which isn't true. I cut them off because I would text the group or hang out just to talk, not even about the situation, and no one responded. That's confusing as hell. My friend called Kathy out on that and everyone went quiet. Yeah, that just got like real confusing, y'all. Hold on. We got the last paragraph here cuz what more do you need to convince you to leave Kathy alone? Cuz now I'm really starting to believe that the friend group that you're in feels like it would just be a little bit easier if you sucked it up and just let her be around. That's the tea that I'm getting. So I don't know what to do. Should I have a convo with her or just keep it pushing? If she tries to come up to me at a party to talk about this, I won't be happy. At another party, Kathy tried to wave at me and my friends, but we all looked at her and kept walking. At yet another party, it felt like everywhere I went, she and the people I used to be cool with kept moving closer and closer. First 20 feet, then 10, then 5. I felt like they were slowly creeping up on me. So yeah, I need help figuring out what to do. Okay, let me put the chat on the screen. So, honestly, bruh, what's going on is your friends are trying to do the right thing and be cool with both y'all at the same time. That's why people are, flip-flopping. And that is a really good point, Taylor. This is your senior year, so people really ain't trying to rock the boat. They know they're probably not going to see each other for a long time. But in the same breath, the friends that you do make in college are usually the ones that stick with you, like regardless if you move or anything like that. They usually stick with you. So she's probably not trying to lose whatever connection. Like, I don't know what you got that she wants so bad, But she's not trying to lose that when she gets into the real world. That's the vibe I'm getting. Your friends are trying to keep it cute because it's think of like the last day of school. They're just trying to keep it cute. So it's like, yeah, I'm going to be cool with you. I'm going to be cool with you because in a few months, we're not even going to be in each other's face. And I could call on the phone whoever I want to call on the phone. So I guess that's my advice to you. Girl, you're about to be out of here. And part of being an adult is accepting that each individual person has their own relationships with other people. Now, if those relationships bother you so much, you got to cut ties with the whole limb. You get what I'm saying? You can't like a tree and then only pick certain flowers off the tree. Like, no, you with the tree, girl. You like the whole tree. So if it really aggravates your spirit, you're going to have to cut your homegirls off. But I just feel like that's dumb because y'all are about to be out of school. If anything, just tell the homegirls, like, girl, stop telling me about her. We about to be out of here. I don't care about her. I'm never going to see her again. That's how I'm thinking. Kenna said neutral parties annoy me. No, me too, though, because it just makes things so much more like, because it's like, girl, you don't see where I'm coming from. You don't understand my experience. Are you the only person that Kathy choked out? Like, does Kathy choke out other people in the friend group? Has Kathy put her hands on other people in the friend group? Like, I'm like, let's use our noggins here. I'm not just like pulling this out my butt, you know? But yeah, my advice to you would be, whenever people try to talk about her, nip it in the butt. You don't have that much longer of school left. Do you get your degree? If y'all have any advice, put it in the comments below. But yeah, nobody should be hitting on nobody and having drunk escapades. Okay? That's just a no-no. Make sure you guys are liking the stream, by the way. We are not live on TikTok today because when I was in the other office, they give you one live stream key for 7 days, and I used my freaking key. So I couldn't put the key back on over here. So I could be talking, I could cuss a little, you know, but I do cuss a little, okay? But okay, let's get on to story number 2. All right, guys. I uninvited my sister to my wedding. Am I wrong? Off the rip, just from the title, no, you're not wrong. I feel like your wedding is your day. Even if somebody told me they didn't want me going to their wedding, I would just eat that and be like, okay. Because I've been married before. I get it. I know ball, girl. I get it. I'm not trying to add extra stress with my presence, okay? Like, but if your sister got uninvited, she must have did something. All right, let's get into it. She says, hello. Hey, girly. I hope all is well. I have been watching you since your story times about terrible roommates. Thank God that is over, but thank you for watching me for so long. I previously wrote in about the maintenance man who gave me the STD. Girl, I do remember you. Oh my gosh. You was sneaking and geeking with the maintenance man and he gave you that pack. I do remember. Girl. Nonetheless, at the end of the story, I said my baby dad and I ended up getting back together. Surprise, we're still together. Okay. And we are getting married next March. Congratulations. It has been 3 years since that story happened. Time flies. I could have sworn it feels like you just told me that yesterday. So I think it's important to give some background info before I get in the story. So for one, I am 32 years old. I have one stepsister who is also 32. We have 4 stepbrothers. Ooh, one passed away. Sorry to hear that. And a half-brother on my dad's side. So there's just a lot of y'all. Yeah, it's not going to hurt if one sibling don't go. You got a lot of them. My dad has been married to their mom for 23 years. So we have all grown up together. I think this is important to understand because my stepsister and I have had a very rocky relationship since we were kids, actually. When I first started coming around, we were 10 years old. And at first we were very close. But then as we got older and mixing friend groups, things got weird. For context, I am half Puerto Rican on my mother's side and Irish. And I grew up differently than I did, as I was raised primarily by my mom. And I didn't build a relationship with my dad until after he and my stepmom got together. And my stepsister is white. We are, I'm not going to say all your information, girl. But just know a lot of their friend group, because of where they live, is Hispanic and Black. So as we go into middle school, a lot of her friends became closer with me than her because we vibe differently. A couple of them I'm still very close with. Once that started happening, it felt like she started resenting me. When I would go to visit, there would be times where she wouldn't even talk to me. She would hide my things and reject me anytime I asked her to come hang out with us. So, unpack a little bit. Sister feels, so other people at school want to hang out with you versus a sister. And then once you get the people she wants to hang out with, like in your house or whatever, you're like, hey, come meet my sister. And she's like, no. Girl, isn't that all you wanted the whole time? That is some younger sibling shit though. Like, girl, really? I'm giving you what you want. Like, oh, you want to be the main character. Okay. Or is it, elephant in the room, is it because your sister is white and maybe they just, I don't know. You know how kids are. They don't really freaking understand what's going on. It was whatever. But this is kind of where our weird relationship started. Once we got to high school, my mom moved and my dad and his family moved. Basically, they moved to like the South. Okay. My sister had very little friends there, and so she and I started being close again, and we would talk on the phone and hang out. And she dropped out of public school as a sophomore, damn, and started online school. Okay, I was about to say, I thought she just like left. Like, girl, what are you doing? I had so she dropped out of school because she was having difficulty socially, and we were still cool until I graduated high school. I had a big high school graduation party, and my dad's stepmom's sister and youngest brother came to celebrate. While she was visiting, she used my laptop where I found a secret blog account. Ooh, throwback for all of my people. Y'all remember Zanga? Yes, they found the Zanga account. She posted a blog saying she secretly hated me and she hated my dad and couldn't stand being around us. Oh my gosh. So to be fair, you guys were teenagers. Like, teenagers freaking suck. Like I said, teenagers are very mean. Like, they're mad at the world because their hormones, the world just sucks to them, bro. Like, it just is what it is. We've all been there as teenagers, right? So I wouldn't really hold it against her too much, but it's like, I feel you, where it's like, girl, you're playing in my face. You over here playing telephone with me. Like, hello? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Make sure you guys like the live, by the way. I'm seeing some of y'all come in here. Sorry about the technical stuff earlier. So she never confronts her about this blog entry, by the way. And when they left, I decided to distance myself from her and we stopped talking. It wasn't that difficult to do because after graduating, I moved back to the state that they moved from for college and I lived my life. My sophomore year of college, I ended up getting pregnant, OMG, with my daughter. And my dad offered for me to come live with them in it's one of them places that got either north or south. Okay, there's a few in the U.S. I stopped myself. I'm sorry. When they moved there, my sister was still living at the home where the dad was, and she was very hot and cold towards me. She had to be forced to come visit me in the hospital when I even had my daughter. Damn, you still got that high school hate, girl? Get over it. That's weird. She never even held my daughter until she was almost a year old. Maybe unpopular opinion. If you got bad vibes, you're not holding my kid, bro. Nah. You're not about to put your evil adult entities on this pure innocent soul. Let me know how y'all feel about that. But if I get bad vibes from you, no, you're not about to hold it, bro. You're not. Like, so what? You can cast spells? Yeah, no. Mm-mm. It took a year until she held her. Absolutely not. Yeah, that jealousy do run deep. And people do be hating on babies. So that's why I'm like, look, I'm not about to... Shout out to everybody that just got in here. But yeah, people do be hating on babies. I really tried hard to fix the relationship for a few months. We were cool and would hang out. It's very important to note that my sister is very male-centered. At 19 or 20, she already had affairs with several married men. Whoa. That is a dangerous game to play, girl. You're going to end up getting shot. You're going to end up getting shanked at the park. Girl, you messing with several married men, you're trifling. And mind you, from all that I've gathered, all these little instances that have come up, your sister is a hater. She's just a hater. She's just a hater because I was trying to give her grace, but now it's starting to stack up. The odds are stacking up against you, babes. You're a hater. Married men? She had even lost her job because she got caught having an affair with her boyfriend's brother-in-law, whom she was a nanny for. Oh, wow. I overlooked a lot of things until she started having an affair with a new married man that she worked with who was double our age and had been married for 20 years. I called her out and said it was messed up and that she should have more respect for herself. Once I said that, she was done with me and our relationship was never the same. Girl, you better watch out for your husband because I'm not saying he would do it, but she definitely would try it. She definitely would try it. She is off the freaking chain. You messing with Pawpaw? Is she one of the type that be wanting to be the new wife? Is she one of those? Or does she just like being the, oh yeah, I don't mind if guys cheat because you're the other woman, you're the mistress. You're not even the side chick. You are the mistress. Like, that is serious. You can go to jail. Like, she could go to jail. It's pretty messed up because I think the man should go to jail. But in certain states, when you do alienation of affection, whatever, the spouse does not get locked up. The person who the spouse is with, it's almost like you were like a seductress. Girl, you can go to jail and pay fines. Oh my gosh. So our relationship was never the same after I told her she was dead ass wrong. We were cordial, but not close at all. When I graduated college, she didn't show up or even congratulate me. Okay, end of story. That's pretty much all she wrote. You don't show up at my college graduation. You don't show up to my high school. Like, you're not there for any milestones. You weren't there for the birth of my daughter. Why would you be here for this milestone? You didn't care about the others. And it's not like you are a kid sister. Like, you guys are far enough apart to where you're going to the same school at the same time with the different social circles and stuff like that. So, yeah. Yeah, you're not coming to the wedding, girl. Why would you? I bet you she don't even want to go. That's what I would say to her. I'm like, I'm not going to make you do something you don't want to do. And frankly, I don't want you there. So, anytime I had an important accomplishment, she ignored it. In 2021, she had her first child with a man who nobody had even met. I bet you he married to somebody somewhere, girl. She became a single mother. She talked a lot of shit about me for years when I was a single mother of my daughter behind my back to other family members. So this was ironic because karma is ugly. And that's why I don't like when girls be on social media dogging single moms, because it's like, bro, I don't know. Even if you're not a single mom, your mom was probably a single mom. Your grandma was probably a single mom. Your sister, your cousin was a single mom. Your best friend's probably a single mom. I just feel like I don't know. Like, why are we acting like, yes, it's a choice, but why are we acting like these men don't lie? These men don't cheat. These men don't be having second lives, second families. These men don't be having multiple identities. These men be lying about their sexuality. Like, I just don't like the whole women beating down women for being mothers, being single mothers. Like, I just feel like I've noticed social media taking that curve. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm glad that people are more conscious about bringing life into the world. Coming from a child free by choice person, you know, like, may I want kids in the future? Sure. But right now it's a choice for me not to have kids. I just don't like that conversation of just like shaming other women just because I made a different choice than they did, you know? And I do think that's her karma for talking about you. I do think that's her karma for talking about you. So y'all gotta be careful. Be careful. It could be you. At the time, I had 2 kids, so I tried again to include her and her son into our lives because I wanted our kids to be close. It was okay, but still not normal. In 2023, she was in a relationship with an old man that she had an affair with. His wife found out and divorced him a couple years prior. Oh my gosh. And she was living with him when she started having another affair with a different coworker and ended up pregnant by the other dude. Oh, she's scandalous, girl. She's scandalous. She quickly moved out of the old man's house before he could find out she was pregnant and moved in with that new man. We're going to call the new man P. When she had the new baby in 2024, I asked to go visit her in the hospital and she ignored me until she got home, saying she didn't see the message. My older nephew's birthday was actually the same week. So I asked if they were doing anything for his birthday because I'd gotten him presents and I got the new baby some gifts. She told me she would let me know if they were doing anything, and I never heard anything. A couple days later, my stepmom sends a picture in the family group chat saying they're all at my sister's house meeting the new baby. Oh, that would annoy me. That would annoy me. And not only are they seeing the new baby, they're celebrating the other one's birthday. That would annoy me. Yet you're not going to my wedding because I'm not a part of your family. It's so evident. Wow. I was not invited. Throughout the year, I had invited her to each of my kids' birthdays and she didn't show up. In January of 2025, my youngest brother and his girlfriend had their baby shower and she didn't show up again. In February, my fiance secretly invited the whole family to the proposal and she said she couldn't come because her kids had to sleep. Keep in mind, she has a partner. She only congratulated me late in the day when her mother told her she needed to. Oh, girl, she is like a hater. Like, I would be scared to be around her. Like, I know I made the joke about getting shanked in the park. She might shank you on going down the aisle. Like, she's a hater. And I really feel like she uses babies as a way to get attention in your family for like milestones. Does that make sense? Because it was all good, you know, when you were the single mom and, oh, I don't got no kids. I'm this, I'm that. Now you got a baby or whatever. And you're like, well, yeah, I'm a single mom, but look at all this attention I'm getting. Like, ooh, get pregnant again. Ooh, now you're not fucking with your brother because they just had a baby. And I really feel like she didn't think, because of her stigmas about single mothers and her internalized shit, she didn't think you were going to get married. So I feel like she genuinely thought having babies is like the epitome of success, to keep a legacy, whatever, right? The only thing she's contributing to the world. And this is as good as high as it's going to get. Like, I call the shots. I'm inviting you to the baby shower. I'm inviting you to the hospital room. I'm inviting you to this, right? I don't think she thought, oh man, a wedding is another event. Maybe I shouldn't burn a bridge before a freaking wedding happens. You know, that's just my opinion from reading this. So a couple weeks later, my fiance and I picked our wedding cake and the venue for March 2026. We sent out the save the dates. A week later, after everyone received their save the dates, my stepmom accidentally slipped up and said my sister was suddenly getting married. See, bro, I'm clocking her shit, bro. I'm telling you, she really thought that. So now she's just about to find any old Joe Schmo to put a ring on her finger. Like, she's miserable, bro. And I would watch out for her. I wouldn't eat no food from her house. I would be scared of her. I'll be very scared of her. Yeah, that's scary. So you're getting married because you want to be a stay-at-home mom and you needed to be put on your partner's insurance. My sister decided they had to get married on. We're fighting. We are fighting. We're throwing bows, guys. Our homegirl, her date that she paid for a venue, March 21st, 2026. Okay. Why is her sister want to get married March 23rd, 2025? So you are going to supersede my wedding? Girl, I'm about to show up to your wedding in white because you got me fucked up. She's literally trying to steal your experience. Like, when I was a fiance, I wore white all the time until it was my day. I didn't give a damn. I'm the bride. I'm wearing white. Any event that I was doing that was wedding related, I'm wearing white. Girl, you about to hate me. I'm about to show up to your wedding in ivory. You're going to be fucking pissed. Like, why would you? Because you want to be me so bad. Here, special guest appearance. Here I am. What? And then you got one of them old tricks to marry you. It's crazy. You got one of them old Dusty D. Johns to get on one crooked knee. Ew. Oh my gosh. What a bitch. It was a small ceremony which I wasn't even invited, and neither was my brother. As a matter of fact, she didn't. Yeah, I really feel like it's the baby thing. She don't fuck with your brother either. Like, she's crazy. As a matter of fact, she didn't even have the heart to tell us we weren't invited, or even that she was getting married, but our stepmom had to tell us. It was also said that she was planning on having a large wedding reception the week after mine next year. Okay, here's my thing. Because we're all grown now, right? We're all grown. When are we going to have the family conference? Because your stepmom's playing both sides. And your stepmom's with your dad, right? Are they still in a relationship, or are you guys just fucking with each other off history type deal? Because stepmom's playing both sides. There needs to be a point where somebody in your stepsister's family that also knows you, which would be the stepmom, needs to give her a coming to Jesus moment. Like, girl, you're coming off crazy. That date is your sister's date. That venue, your sister's venue. That your sister was going to do that. That's messed up. I know it. You know it. Nobody is really G-checking her. And that concerns me. Because the stepmom should be the main one being like, oh no, and I told her that was your day. And I even told my mom that was your day. And then I told my other cousin that was your day. I even told the groom that was your day. Like, what? Stepmama? Really? Child. Thank you for the compliments, by the way. I appreciate y'all. No, I feel like the stepmom might be in on the BS too. And she's just messy and just likes being here for the mess. Because, yes, her sister is the one copying everything she's doing, like to the T. Her stepsister has always been cross with her since high school. Now they are all adults. They're starting families, having kids. And the stepsister has just always been a hating ass bitch, like, to just be fully transparent. Wow. And then you're going to have another wedding. Damn, Miss Moneybags. Like, so for me, that was the breaking point. Her and her partner weren't even engaged when I got engaged. But yet I was meant to believe that she suddenly decided she wanted to be a stay-at-home mom and needs to get married. I know for a fact you don't need to be married to be on someone's insurance. I was going to say that, but I didn't want to be wrong. Yeah, you don't need to be married. You can just add them as a dependent and they just take it out your check. Like, my fiance and I are on the same insurance, so for me, that was a lie. To me, it felt like it was completely intentional because she couldn't stand the idea of someone else, especially me, having another accomplishment before her. I told my stepmom that it was clear my sister had an issue with me and this was intentional. All she said was okay. Yeah, that bitch is in on it too, her old messy old ass. My birthday is in April. My sister didn't say a single thing. Mother's Day came. Again, she said nothing. That told me everything I needed to know, and I deleted her off my guest list and told my dad that I was done. And I did not want to be in the same space as her anymore because I was done trying to repair a relationship when I've never done anything to her and being made to feel uncomfortable. I have not spoken to her since February after my engagement and have recently found out she is now pregnant with her third child. Do you think I'm tripping, or is it clear that this was intentional to slight me, and would you still invite her to your wedding? No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't invite this bitch to the rodeo. I wouldn't invite her to the dumpster dive, bitch. Like, I wouldn't invite her to do nothing. Like, girl, I'm sorry, I gotta say this too, but I would snip the stepmom too. I would snip the stepmom too. If the stepmom and your dad are not still in an active relationship, I would snip her too and just say, hey, I understand you have loyalty to your biological daughter, but as an adult who can choose their relationships, like I'm not a little kid who my dad is dating you and all that, like I would rather we just cut this off now so that nobody is getting hurt emotionally. You are more than welcome to still come to my wedding because you were my stepmother. You were part of my life. I don't mind that, But yeah, if you want to talk to me, bruh, it can't be about her. I'm not trying to hear about your daughter. I'm not trying to hear about this messy ass shit. Like, you're playing telephone. You know that she's weird. You know she's on some weird shit, bro. You know she on some weird shit. You're just playing. So let me see. What do y'all got to say? She said, this is very white woman of the sister and the stepmom. No shade. Like, especially knowing that our good sis is half Puerto Rican. Yeah, that is tea. It's tea. That is tea because being, and I guess I can't really speak for my mother, but my mother is also half Puerto Rican, half Irish. So my grandmother is white, right? And even though technically they are both Irish people and Spaniards are both white, right? Culturally, it is different. And there is some racist aspects there. And I know people be very shocked that Irish people and Scottish people can be racist. But yeah, like I've never met anybody from my grandmother's family at all. Like I've never met them. My mom hasn't, like my uncles haven't. And I didn't even think of that aspect of the whole her being Puerto Rican, like, because that Puerto Rican just squashes everything. You dark features, dark, long, thick, coarse arm hair, just dark hair, dark. You know what I'm saying? So it could have been that. It could have been racial undertones because like, why is stepmom not? I don't know. It is giving Karen. It's giving Karen. I see what you're saying. That was a good call out. He said she can come to the wedding after a fade. Look, WWE. He said that girl would never see me again. No, for real. And I'm not trying to hear about her. Block her everywhere. Stepmama, you're blocked too if you keep bringing her up. Like I get that's your daughter, but if you're calling me, it's to ask how I'm doing and see how I'm doing, right? Everybody getting cut. No, for real. Girl, you should have ran a fade on her. Y'all are tripping. He's like, girl, you should have ran a fade. Even if they still together, if the parents are still together, she can't come. No, for real. No, deadass. Hey, just letting you know your stream name is the same name as your last one. Yeah, I just wanted to, just get up there, girl. It just wanted to get up there. I'm gonna change it when we get off of here though. We have 2 more stories though, so I'm in no rush to get off. We got 2 more stories. But yeah, put your advice in the comments below what you think she should do. I feel like you shouldn't invite her, and I will even go a little bit extra and say don't invite the stepmom, because at this point the stepmom is being disrespectful. You knew that was my day. You didn't stand up for me in that moment and object. Like as a woman, I would have objected. Even if it was my daughter, I would hold her like, girl, you looking crazy as fuck. You came for me. You supposed to be a baddie. You over here acting like a little twerp. Like, what are you doing? Like, grow the fuck up. You somebody mama now. You got 3 kids. You need to grow up. Like, I would have got my daughter together. But no, your ass over here is still playing messy, trying to play both sides. Like, Just weird. Like, you didn't check her? I'm like, girl, you are embarrassing me. Oh my gosh. Let's move on to this next one. This next one has some receipts too. That's the only word I can. Someone said the word twerp has me screaming. Like, that's the only word that I can think of. Like, you're being like a little, I don't want to say brat because brat is T, right? You're being a little twerp. You're being a little twerp. Like, you're acting like a little badass kid. Like, grow up. Grow up. You're somebody's mama. Like, you need to grow up. A little twerp. A little nincompoop. Little nincompoop. Damn, girl. This you? Girl, you be working out. Okay. All right, let me read the title of this. Tribe C, am I the a-hole? Okay, sorry. Y'all know y'all be sending me these pictures. I'm looking at y'all like, damn, you built. Okay, we got screenshots. I'm sorry, I got a little sidetracked. Also, AKA, this story is also called the best/worst trip. So we start with, hey, Naja. Hey, girl. I love watching your channel, and I have been for years. Thank you for the support for all the years. Thank you. This one's long. It's not that long, but it is juicy, and I need some input bad. So I'm not going to say her real name, but I love it. I think it's very cute and very 90s. Okay. I am 28 years old. I'm a Scorpio sun, Sag moon, and Gemini rising. So shout out to all my Scorpios, Sagittarius, and Geminis. Make sure you put it in the chat. Earlier this year, my mom went on a trip with this Facebook travel group. Okay, mama, go. Okay. She met a guy who she thought would be a good fit for me, a 31-year-old Sag man. Word on the street is those ones are scary. I've never had the experience. We're just going to call him Sag for the sake of the story. My mom convinced me to connect with Sag despite him working in law enforcement and the military, which were boundaries of mine. Girl, he's going to beat you up, girl. I'm not trying to make light of no DV. I'm just talking about statistics, okay? You are in the military and you in the police force and you're a Sag man. You have a lot stacked against you. I see why you need to get hooked up by people mama on cruise ships and shit, cause yeah, there's a lot that's a lot going on. Y'all talking about double whammy. Yeah, it's a lot going on. It's talking about girl run. Oh my goodness. She was very persistent, though, that I should talk to him. And my mom was never really involved in my relationships and was a helicopter parent, so I didn't even date until I was 20. Me and Sag connected and talked often, and at the end of March, I went on a weekend camping trip with the same Facebook travel group. I met Sag in person for the first time. He was very outgoing, funny, but very serious about work. We got to know each other a bit more, and on the last day, we did hook up. Okay. He's very busy and travels often, so it was sometimes difficult to find time to talk and text, but we communicate almost daily since the camping trip. Around May, we had a conversation where he mentioned that he willfully chooses to not be involved in politics. Okay. He voted for Kamala, but he claimed to know nothing about the president or any current events. I found that to be strange, and it gave me the ick. I stay informed as best as I can since politics heavily affect me as a Black woman, but I also care for the well-being of others. I told him I was taken aback, and we talked less and less. So I'm not trying to make excuses for him, but usually military people are either like super patriotic, super into politics and stuff like that. But a good chunk of them, like the majority of them, are not because they have been sent out, you get what I'm saying? And the propaganda facade has been lifted, and it's just like, which puppet is in charge now type shit, you know, like, but still I get like how you vote for somebody, but you don't have like an inkling of what's going on. I guess I would believe it a little bit more if he wasn't ex-military, he wasn't a police officer, and if he was like, oh, I didn't vote at all, then I'd be like, okay, maybe he's just disconnected. But I don't know. It doesn't give me the ick, but it would definitely raise my eyebrows, like yellow flag, like, what are you hiding? You know, like something's going on. Right, I need to see how you registered, like what you register as. So we had another Facebook group trip planned for August. Shoot, I need to get into a Facebook group because I'm trying to go on a group trip. Like, what? I didn't think these things actually made it out the group chat, and you've been to like 3 already in this damn story. So I spoke to Saj before the trip in August, and he apologized and said he did know some things about politics. I felt like he was just trying to cover his ass because he likes me. He and my mom would talk every now and then, so she came to me saying I should basically overlook this and give him a chance. I was convinced my mom just wanted me with Saj because he's financially well off and she really wants grandkids soon. Grandkids soon? How old are you? You're 28. Okay. I'm sorry. I got mixed up because you said your mom wouldn't let you date until you were 20. So I'm like, girl, how old are you? Fast forward to this past weekend, the group trip was based out of a hotel with suites. It happened every year for the past few years, but this was me and my mom's first time attending. Me and my mom shared a suite. Saj and I met up and had a quick convo. I told him my issue is that I felt like he lacked empathy for others, and he explained that he does care about people, and that's why he works for law enforcement and the military. But I was still uneasy. I don't know either. I feel you because it's like you're saying the right things, but it feels fake. Like, it's like, okay, if I were to ask one of my teacher friends right now, I don't have many teacher friends. I don't even know why I said that shit like that. If I were to ask my homie that be teaching, like, oh, do you love kids? They'll probably like, oh my gosh, fuck them kids. But we got to do what we got to do. You know, we got to make sure these kids know how to read these books and get these test scores, right? You hear a cop talk about, oh, I just care about people so much. That's why I became a cop, so I could lock things up. Like, what? Especially as a black man, because y'all don't know this. He's black also. They're both black. So it's like, bruh, as a black man, like, really, like, it would make more sense to me if you were on some, like, oh, I'm trying to set a better example for the young kids in the community. You know, they see me with the uniform on. You know, that would make so much more sense. But you're like, I'm a good person because of my job. I'm a good person. It's like, sir, So we moved on from that convo and hung around each other for the first couple days. I came to Saj's room the second day and we unexpectedly hooked up. He told me he liked me a lot because I'm different and not into material things. Oh my gosh, the red flags are just flapping in the wind. Because I hate when men say that because it's like, or women too, when they put themselves down, they're like, oh, I don't care about the material thing. Girl, look around, bitch. Like, you need material things to freaking survive, whether you're in a relationship or not. That bill needs to get paid. That car note needs to get paid. That gas needs to get put in that car. Like, let's stop acting like we're not in this materialistic world. Like, what? Oh my gosh. Don't get me wrong, Saj is fine. But one day, my eye spotted somebody new. We'll call this new guy, she says Leo, but I'm not trying to get too zodiac signy. We're going to call him Leonidas, like Keke Palmer. We're going to call him Leonidas because he's a Leo. I spotted Leonidas in a crowd initially and my eyes locked on him, but it wasn't until we got on the same elevator that we spoke to each other. He said my anklets were cute and we exchanged a few words and got off the elevator. He tried to shake my hand, but it was full, so I offered him my pinky and he shook it. It was so cute. That night at a party, I spotted him and my mom went over to ask him his age. He's 27. What's up with mama being the wing woman out of nowhere? Like, I bet you she really regrets sheltering you when you were younger because mama is work in the room. So he walked over to me and gave me his number after my mom spoke to him. The next day was a boating trip on the lake. Leonidas found me and we spent most of our time together. A photographer on the scene said we looked good and took some off guards of us. Now, I would spot Sag every now and then, dancing on women and being the life of the party. And I assumed it wasn't a big deal to him that I was hanging around Leonidas. Girl, no, he's probably about to freak out. He's probably about to freak out. We're single adults getting lit. Yeah, but the difference is that your mother is involved, and usually people don't involve the mama until they are serious, right? The mama got involved. Like, in word of advice, sit your mom down and tell her to stop doing that shit. Like, you're not going to get any luck with your mom playing wing woman, okay? Because instances like this happen. You could have easily just had like a little hookup moment, like, okay, yeah, we hooked up and now I moved on, but it's, I don't know. We're single adults getting lit at the lake. It was kind of the point of the trip, I thought. On the ride back to the hotel, Leonidas and I got to know each other, and so much about us we had in common. We got back to the hotel and separated, and I tried to pull Sag for a chat, but he was not replying. I had every intention of telling Sag that I like Leonidas as well, just to give him a heads up. Plus, I assumed that Sag was making connections because I'd see him with other women sometimes too. But he was not answering my texts, and eventually I found Leonidas. So he and I were doing a little gardening before the night party. And I was just really liking this man, and my mom could tell we were feeling each other. He just felt comfortable. My mom wanted me to take her liquor bottle back to the room, and Leonidas came with me. Oh my goodness. Mama is just hooking y'all up, huh? So my mom and Sag were calling my phone the whole time. See, this is why your mama should not have been involved, because why are you and a grown ass man calling my phone like I'm a teenager on the family vacation and I need to be rounded back up? What? And then mama, you being messy because you just see me with this other man. What you think I'm doing? Where you think babies come from, mama? Like, what? No, for real. Mama need to take a few seats back. Now, y'all said it took me a few seconds to be like, why are y'all gardening? They gardening on the vacay. Oh my gosh. I was so wrapped up in me and Leonidas convo, I ignored them. Next thing you know, there is banging on the door. I was using the restroom, so Leonidas opened the door, and it was my mom and Sag. Sag comes in, daps up Leonidas, finds me in the bathroom talking about we need to talk. Hello? Where's my mother? He tries to kiss me, and I reject it. He walks back out, daps up Leonidas again, then leaves. Awkward as F. I lightly explained the situation to Leonidas, saying how I knew Sag from the previous trip, but I'll talk to him later. Did you tell him that y'all smashed though? Like that trip? Because y'all smashed that trip. Me and Leonidas continue our conversation, and bada bing, bada boom, we end up hooking up too. Whole time my mom is calling, leaving texts about how Sag is really upset and sad that I was with Girl, you knew what it was. You were there. You were there. Oh my goodness, mama, no. It was pretty late, so Leonidas and I left, and my mom came back trying to get me to talk to Sag because he had a very early flight and he was about to leave. So I cleaned myself up, went to Sag's room, and apologized for how things played out. He was acting so unaffected and chipper, I could tell it was a front because according to my mom, he was crying about how much he liked me. No, he didn't. He just mad because he feel like he got. Like, He's grown as fuck. Like, you know this. When you go on vacation and you meet somebody, it's just for the trip. It's just for the trip. We not doing no 90-day fiance. Like, no, we're having a vacation fling. When you on the cruise, what they be calling it, the boat bay. Like, we're not about to we are not keeping these good vibes going. I got work on Monday. Like, no. Over here crying to my mama, like, weirdo. So he leaned in to give me another kiss, and I just let it happen because I felt really bad for him. But then he tried to, like, seduce me, and I pushed him off a number of times, so he just gave up. The whole thing was such a mess. I walked with him to his Uber, gave him a hug, and he wanted me to promise that I'd see him again. I felt horrible while still feeling on cloud 9 because of Leonidas. It was like me and Leonidas shared a brain cell, but I didn't have that feeling with Sag. Fast forward, I say my goodbyes to Leonidas the next morning. As the trip concluded, we got home and my mom sent me a crazy text message that I'll attach. Oh no, Mom, no. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I have the message. Hold on. What's the order? Ooh, girl, we about to get into these messages. I'm sorry. Me and you are the same age. My mom's getting cussed out. I'm like, Mom, I am like so grown, bro. Like, don't try me. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Sorry, let me make this a little smaller. Like, mother, no, please. Oh my gosh, what? Mama tripping, bro. Hold on, let me make the chat small. She said what now? She said, I'm not being funny, but could you really imagine spending the rest of your life with Leonidas knowing that he's pan? Not the slight homophobia, mama. No. Why does that matter? Get out my business. I know anybody could cheat, but oh my God. I know anybody could cheat, but knowing that he has the capacity to like anyone, this is so biphobic and homophobic. Oh my gosh, mama, no. You wouldn't feel anxious about him liking someone else next? Mama, Sag was bumping and grinding his chest on other women. Like, any man, like, what are you talking about? I just don't want you to react impulsively to someone that had a great conversation and talked to for one day. Sag has had great convo about life with you. Mama, you're not me. You don't know what conversations I'm having. What are you talking about? Sag just had great convos about life with you. Did you ask Leonidas about Trump and politics? He's pan. You already know how he feels about politics. What's his name? Sag has a work position that is predominantly red, okay? And he's a black man. She needed to ask that freaking question of where he's politically leaning. The other dude is pansexual. He's also black. He's a pansexual black man. Like, potato, tomato. Like, I'm putting more money on the pan black man to not be red in political affiliation than I am for the black military cop. It sounds to me like, is your mom married? Is your mom still with your father? Or is she married? Like, because it seems like she needs to get her little boots knocked. Because why are you... What? Did you ask him about politics? Just really think about what's more feasible and most likely to be more realistic for the future. Basically, she wants his money. I'm already upset because neither of you, Leonidas, thought about my feelings. Girl, fuck your feelings. Fuck your feelings, moms. You've already lived your life. Fuck your feelings. Or respectful enough to not do whatever y'all did in my room. It just seems like a huge mistake. I will say that was a little trifling, sleeping in mama's room. Like, we could have went to your room. That was a little trifling. I'll give mama that. That's the only points I'll give her. It just seems like a huge mistake. Sag seems to genuinely like you. Girl, no, he's playing that game. To the point that he still wants you, even after a disagreement. You two seem genuinely happy this weekend, or so I thought. Girl, you do not know that man. I'll be like, mother, you don't know him. Oh, she's about to read him for Phil. That is so eye-roll worthy. Just because he's pan doesn't mean he has a wandering eye or is a cheater. That is a stereotype. Your sexuality has nothing to do with your character. We discuss important topics, so I know for sure he's not a Trump supporter and is aware of politics. So for this mindset, so far his mindset aligns with mine. You like Sag because he is cool on paper. You think he's financially well off, ready to be a dad, and that's what's driving you to be so involved and pushy. And elephant in the room, usually his type already have kids and a wife somewhere. I would not be surprised if he is already married. Usually the military types, they be having kids when they're like 20, 21, 18, 19, 20, 21. Like, he just, I don't know, something's not right with him. You don't care about my relationship until there's a convo about kids. It's weird. It's weird and gross feeling. Yes, call her out for the emotional incest, please. I don't think you care that we were in the room. You care that it was Sag and not Leonidas. No, for real. Also, wanting to talk after a disagreement is quite normal. What conversation about life did I tell you me and Sag had for you to even say that? No, for real, like, what convo were you listening to that made you just feel like that was your daughter's soulmate? I don't know. I didn't mean to imply that he would cheat, or at least I didn't mean for it to sound like that. Girl, you literally verbatim put that he would cheat. I don't know what else to say. I didn't mean for it to sound like that. Somebody told me the same thing. I know about it because of Wayne Brady. Oh my gosh, bro, your mom is hilarious. Your mom is hilarious, bro. I love your mom, bro. No bad blood. Don't cut your mom off, bro. But she is a little too much involved, but your mom is pretty funny. Here you go again about me not caring about your relationships. You don't tell me about them to care. And yes, I do care about your well-being. So that includes any relationship. How that's weird and gross, I don't know. I definitely would care if Sag did that too. By the way, I like Sag because he's a cool person. You don't know him. If I didn't think so, I would have never considered giving you his number. I just don't trust him, girl. I just don't. I don't know why. She says, I could gush about Leonidas forever. I've never had more in common with someone right off the bat. He's so forthcoming, romantic. He even opened up to me about being pan. I try not to get head over heels about someone so soon, but he's just so swoon-worthy. Please tell me your thoughts about this. My mom, Sag, Leo, myself, like, am I the a-hole? I've included 3 pics that were taken of me and Leonidas and 2 of Sag by himself. So let me look at these pictures real quick and move this. Boop. Oh, this is you. Yeah, girl, he is fine. What are you doing? Talking about he's pan. You got to be careful, girl. And this is Sag. Not only is he military, not only is he a cop, he has a Tesla truck, and he is in a fraternity that I'm not going to say on stream. He is screaming black man that voted for Trump. I don't think he voted for Kamala. I feel like he just said that to you to get laid. He looks like, who does he look like? He looks like an actor, but I can't put my finger on it right now. He looks, oh my God, what is that actor's name? He looks like he could be related to 50 Cent. Like, he looks like he could be 50 Cent's nephew or something. The other guy looks like, this is hard. I'm like having a brain fart because it's like I could see these people in my head and then, okay, here's an example. The pan guy looks like Chris Sales a little bit. More of like a tamed beard though. A little bit more brown than Chris Sales though. The military dude looks like he's short, just he just looks like a short man, and he looks like he could be 50 Cent's nephew. Okay. Definitely giving Trump vibes, though. You're sitting on top of this dusty ass Cybertruck with this funky ass chain on. Your mama was definitely seeing dollar signs. This man got veneers. He got a fat ass chain. He got a Cybertruck. He got some nice shoes. He has a fraternity driver's plate. Like, he looks like he got another family somewhere. Just bang, 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 bang. Right. Well, here, let me keep the chat up. So the only thing that I'm scared of for you, and I guess you can update us and let us know because you sent me this a little bit ago. What if Leonidas don't want nothing serious with you? Have you ever considered that? Like, are these trips, are the purpose of these trips to find a long-term partner? Like, are these like couples retreats type trips? Or is your mom trying to turn these trips into a matchmaking event? Because it's all about expectations. Just because your mom is expecting something does not mean that man is Shoot, Sag might not even want to start a family or nothing with you. He probably just likes being intimate with you. Likes the fact that y'all are in this lush vacation environment type shit. You know, like, he probably didn't want to get that serious, but he didn't want to lose access, right? This other guy, Leonidas, he might not even want to be serious with you, you know? Like, so I don't know. If my advice to you is, I would just keep your options open. Don't be like your mama and be on some, oh my gosh, I need to date with the intent to marry on this damn vacation. Because if you've ever seen Love is Blind or what is that other one? Married at First Sight, stuff like that. When you go on that honeymoon phase, they call it that for a reason. When you're out in the country, you don't have to pay bills. You don't got to walk a dog. You don't have to put gas in a car. Like, you might think that shit could work, right? You might really fuck with that person. But then when you go into real life with them, you might not like that person. So I would just adjust your expectations a little bit, you know? Like, I do feel like I wouldn't have jumped into it with Sag. Like, your mom needs to pump her brakes. But I would also tell you, like, you're 28. You have a lot of time. I know social media likes to act like, you know, you don't got that much time. You need to hurry up, have these babies, get locked down. You have a lot of time. Now, having babies when you're in your mid 30s and stuff like that, does it come with more risk? 35 to 40? Yeah, you know, you are considered, you know, what is it, a geriatric, whatever. But women have been having babies for a long time in their mid 30s to whatever, you know? So, like, just don't feel like you have to find your baby daddy or your husband or whatever, like, on a vacation, because they might not be who you think they are, right? So that's my advice to you, is don't take it seriously. Adjust your expectations. Leonidas might not even hit you up, you know? And yes, adoption is always an option that people always seem to like gloss over. Adoption is not easy either, but it is an option, you know? There are tons of kids out there that want to be in a forever home. So there's always options, bro. There's always options. But I don't think you were wrong. You were a single girl. Do what you want to do. Mama need to get with the way of the new world, okay? If you guys have any advice, put it in the comments below. We're about to get into this last story. Best friend turned enemy. Shout out to everybody that just got in here. I'm so sorry. This is the last story. So y'all gonna have to listen to this one and then run it back once the live is processed. Ooh, my girl made a good little burner email. Okay, I see you. Best friend turned enemy. Hey, Naja. Hey, girl. I've been watching you since 2017. Girl, that's almost 10 years. That is a long time. Thank you so much. I remember watching the story time that you got into that car accident with an older lady and your mom was out of town or something. But yes, I think about that all the time because I wish I could have went back and just called the police on that drunk ass lady. Like, I regret that shit so much. Like, that was just some young and dumb crap. Guys, if you are in an accident and you cannot leave the scene, I'm gonna need you to call the police. I don't know who need to hear this. I'm going to need you to call the police. Even if you have smoked a little ganja, you need to call the police because your police report will help you with your claim for the damn car, okay? Back to the story. So the drama in this story started August of 2023. I originally became friends with this person Thanksgiving of 2022. And before I start, I want to say that I am a boy and the other person is a trans girl. And I'm sorry if this story is long. It's a decent length. So one night I was scrolling on TikTok and I came across this girl's page. And I don't know why, but something really made me want to be her friend. So I started following her and we're going to call her M. Over time, me and M would text and I would like and comment on her stuff because at the time I really did live for her and I thought she was a cool person. So M did have a little traction on TikTok around this time because she looked like Nicki Minaj when she has makeup on. Okay, so she was a Nicki clone, you know. We have our Arianki clones, our Britney clones, Michael Jackson. Oh my God, there are tons of Michael Jackson clones on TikTok right now. That's just a gig a lot of people do. If you're a lookalike, there's the Rihanna clone. There's a girl that looks like Rihanna. Like every time she moves her face like in a certain angle, it looks just like her. She does makeup, like it's a good little niche. I say capitalize on it. Why not? So fast forward to the first day when we actually became friends. I texted her on IG when I saw she made a post about deactivating her account and that she was going through a mental hardship. So me and her exchanged numbers, had a heart-to-heart, and I was just letting her know I live for her, and her videos would make my day because of the quotes and the sounds she was using, and she was really a key. It was a nice time. I do want to mention, at the time when this was going on, I was 14 and M was 18. Ooh-wee. Anyway, we exchanged numbers, and a few days later, we had gotten on the phone, and everything was cool. Like, it was such a good vibe. I could see by her area code that she was in the same state and was close to me. So when I brought it up, she said we could hang out, and I was definitely all for it. Miss Mamas, why are you hanging out with a 14-year-old? Why are we 18 hanging out with 14-year-olds? We hung out. It was cool. We got to know each other. Everything seemed fine. Fast forward to our birthdays, because mine is May 15th and hers is May 12th. Shout out to all my Taurus in the chat. Make sure you drop your zodiac sign. I celebrated her birthday with her because she was alone for her birthday and I went out to eat for mine, but she didn't come to the dinner. We both would buy stuff for one another, but she would go an extra mile and like really spend coin on me, which I appreciated. So I reciprocated the same thing for her when she fell on financial hardships later in the friendship. How old were you when you were giving her? How long were y'all friends? How long were y'all friends? It doesn't say. So I'm like, how you got a minor buying you stuff? What is going on? What in the Colleen Ballinger is going on here? Now here's where things get bad. She had met this guy, and once she met him, things got weird. Like, she would start being distant, and the guy didn't like me. And I don't know why, but I didn't care because I thought my friend would just be mutual between, you mean like be civil between y'all? But I get what you meant. Like, you thought it was going to be cool. Like, why do I got to be cool with your man? Right. Fast forward to August, I woke up one morning and saw a missed call from M from the previous night at like 11 at night. And I went to call back and it went to voicemail. I saw a text from the previous night also saying, "I'm sorry, bye." Oh, baby, did you leave this? What is up with these? I'm sorry. I gotta call it like I see it so far. What is up with these freaking weirdos that whenever you want to be cool with minors online, why are you telling these minors that you're about to off yourself? Or like, bye, cruel world. There's nothing I could have did. Let me message this to a freaking 14-year-old. Like, Let me traumatize this freaking 14-year-old. Like, that is so MySpace coded. Why is your grown ass texting a 14-year-old that you about to end it all, talking about, I'm sorry, bye. Girl, I'm calling the police. So I went on her page to make sure she was here. Everything was okay, but I was blocked. Okay, so she said, it's not a permanent bye, girl. It's just bye for now. So I left things where they were and continued my day. While I was out, I received a call from her, so I answered, and she told me some bogus story, and I just took it as her having like a mental breakdown or something. A few days later, she started complaining about the same boyfriend, and I automatically knew she was going to cut me off for him, but came back when they started having turbulence in their relationship. So I did a quiet cutoff. I fell back from her, but, it was just like small talk, asking each other how they were and everything like that. I got on IG one day and saw that she was subbing me. So I got on my story and posted indirect subs. Like, literally, it was so indirect to the point where you'll only know it's shade. If you're talking about me, it was so indirect. But she was talking about me, so of course she felt it. After she saw it, she reached out and I played dumb because, girl, please, both of y'all are a mess. Like, why are we playing these games? Like, I get why you would be playing games, I guess, because you were the younger person in the situation, but after I kept playing dumb, she said she was going to pull up to my house the next day. I called her and told her not to come to my house. She also went to her story right after texting me and started posting even more subs. She started posting pictures of my old friends that she did not know. Oh, baby, did you tell your parents about this person? Because what? She is being weird. Why are you posting other minors? How long were y'all friends? She started posting messages between us talking about people and a lot more personal stuff. Wow. She was also threatening me, saying she'll get some guys to come and shoot me up. This is a grown person, mind you. She did end up coming to my house. See, and that moment right there is when you have your homegirl mollywop her in the front lawn because, or they got to get jumped. Because that is a very controversial topic, with the girls, with the dolls, like, I don't watch baddies, so I haven't really had to think about this that deep. But when you have one of the dolls, you can't have a man beat them up. You know what I'm saying? You can't be getting beat up by a man. But then again, you're younger than them. But then you also wouldn't send a girl into the fight unless, I don't know. Let me know in the comments. What type of scenario? Have any of y'all ever gotten to an altercation like this? Because I don't know. So yeah, she came by and she literally gave me no time to come outside to do anything. So I just paid her dust and I didn't come outside. Later that night, her story was being sent to me. She posted a video of Garfield saying, "I know where you live," with the date and the time she came to my house. You don't got no cameras? I would have got the Ring footage and called the police. I'm a minor. Like, what? So I called her like 12 times because at that point I did want to fight, but she wouldn't answer. So I started texting and we started back and forth through messages, right? She was saying she came to my house to talk. Bullshit. You came there to get footage because you're social media as fuck. You went there to get some footage and to be rah-rah. Like, she was saying she came to my house to talk, and I told her there's no point in talking because once they get on social media, there's no coming back because now everybody knows. So we stopped texting for like 2 weeks, and she started posting about me again. This time brought my parents up, saying disgusting things about my parents, and started saying that I had STDs and that I've infected people. That is a charge. You can't say that I did. Like, bro, I would low-key ruin this bitch's life. Like, you're going to jail. So I slid in the DMs once again and asked if she wants to fight. She kept saying, no, that post wasn't about you. It was about somebody else. But I knew it was a lie because of the things she was saying. You would have had to know our situation a little deeper to understand. But after she kept copping pleas, I left the situation where it was. And of course, she was still posting about me. but I refuse to entertain it anymore. I feel like she assumed I was an easy target because of the height difference. They said I'm 5'6" and she's 6'5". More like the age gap. She's trying to groom you, and now she's got a man with her little male-centered ass, and this man doesn't like you for whatever reason, and she wants to keep the man, so she's like, I'm just gonna beef with you. When it's like, girl, that man probably only wants you because you got TikTok clout, but I digress. And he just wants anybody around you to back up so he can have you all to himself. That's what I think that was about. And she chose the man. And I'm gonna just end this story by saying she is no longer relevant today as the years went by. Her social media accounts are all flops now. Damn. Yeah, old girl is very lucky that she didn't get them hands, especially because of the age gap. Like, I would have just played up on the fact, like, oh, I'm a minor, I'm young, I'm about to beat you up. Like, these hands are rated E for everybody. You're about to get these hands. But if anybody else is in that type of situation, do what they did. Don't engage with the post. Tell your mutuals, hey, even if they talking about me, don't engage with it. Like, because there are certain people like her who they don't have any friends and they don't have any enemies. So it kind of gives them the same thrill. Like, oh, I'm popping because I got somebody hating on me. Like, oh, I'm popping because I'm beefing. And it's like, girl, no, you're miserable and you just want shit to talk about. Like, you're beefing with a teenager. You're beefing with a kid in high school. Like, you're not that girl. You're not that girl. You're not that girl. You're not that girl. But yeah, my advice to anybody in that situation, call the police. Call the police, make a report yesterday. Okay? So that is all I got for you guys today. Thank you for stopping by, even though I had technical difficulties earlier. Thank you for coming back. I know we're ending this late as hell. Let me know in the comments below what your favorite story was today. Thank you to everybody that sent me in a story. I really appreciate it. We're finally back on the Tribe T groove. If you would like to send in a story, please send it in to the email. Damn, I missed a little scroll. Back. But we're not hurting for Tribe T's right now, but I'm still open to more submissions if you guys want to send some in. It is Halloween, so if you have any like supernatural, spooky stories, you're welcome to send those in. Make sure you're sending it to tribet@shopvoodoochild.com. It will be in the description also. Thank you so much to my moderator. Shout out to Nyala. Shout out to Tantris. And I will see you guys. I'm probably going to upload again this week, to be honest with you, on this channel. So I'm going to see you guys with a book review this week. And then I will see you guys on Friday for the podcast. All right. Be nice to each other. I will see you guys soon. Bye. Bye.